The year is 1983, and this Cavs team needs a lot of help. And I can't do it by myself, so I brought along my friendly GM, Bend Over, to help take this team over. All right. The Cavs, quick look at their history at this point in the league. Been in the league roughly 10 seasons. Made the playoffs 3 times, won the division once. 23-59 last year, and haven't made the playoffs in about 5 years. So I don't like what we're looking at right now. There's not a lot of goods. Will Be Free's a good. That's a good player. Cliff Robinson's decent. There's nothing really too crazy when you look at any of these guys. Maybe some can develop, but you look at like Will Be Free. He's not going to be here when we're trying to win a championship, and the draft capital is awful. Are you kidding me? You don't have your own first round pick until 1986. What were you doing? Who ran this team? That's why I'm here. That's why me and Bend Over are here. We're trying to fix everything that went wrong, and eventually, be top of the league. Hopefully. So we'll take, a quick break. I'll show you the starting lineups. We'll break down the roster real quick.
First up, we got Joff Houston, aka Silk, standing at 6'2" with a 6'6" wingspan. He's got the 4th most assists in the NBA game all time at this point at 27, which is number 1 in our franchise history. Next up, we got star player Will Be Free, aka World, All World, Prince of Midair, Bronzeville Bomber, standing at 6'3" with a 6'5" wingspan. He's got 1 All-Star appearance and an All-NBA second team appearance up to this point, averaging 30 points per game that season. Selected with the 20th pick in last year's offseason draft, we got Roy Hinson, aka Big Fella King Roy. At 6'10" with a 7'2" wingspan, we got Jeff Cook, aka Let Him Cook. And our big man down low, standing at 6'9" with a 7'1" wingspan, we got Cliff T. Robinson, aka Treetop. Primary facilitator off the bench, standing at 6 foot with a 6'4" wingspan, we got John Bagley, aka Bags. Our other guard off the bench, standing at 6'4" with a 6'8" wingspan, we got Freeman Williams, aka Silk or Free. At forward, standing at 6'8" with a 7-foot wingspan, we got Phil Hubbard, aka Hub. One of the big fellas off the bench, standing at 6'8" with a 7-foot wingspan, weighing 240. We got Lonnie Shelton. He's got an all-star appearance, all-defensive second team, and he's an NBA champion. The oldest guy on the team at 32, standing 6'11" with a 7'3" wingspan. We got Jim Jones, aka Bunny, aircraft carrier. He's an NBA champ, and he's 4th all-time in our franchise in points, number 1 in rebounds, and number 1 in blocks.
All right, sorry, I couldn't actually get the full cinematic for some of these guys. For some reason, it wouldn't let me sub them in. But we got Paul Thompson here. Went undrafted in the draft last year. 22 years old, 6'6" small forward, A- potential. Then we got Ben Poquet, 28 years old, been around the league a little bit. 6'9", C potential. We got John Garris, also undrafted, power forward / point guard. The game has him as 24 years old, 6'8", 7'2" wingspan, C potential. And then we got Stuart Granger, another undrafted guy, 71 overall, 22 years old. He's got A- potential. And that is the team. So after that quick look, showing off all the players on my roster, letting you get to know the guys a little bit more. Just gonna have a quick little talk here about expectations, right? I want this to stay pretty realistic of a simulation. Try my best to keep it as realistic as possible, but I don't want to be the ones, the sole person trying to make decisions for this team, right? I want, hopefully, if anybody sees this video, comment, who you want to see gone, maybe who you want to see stay, potential targets in the draft. I'm probably not going to be able to draft up to like a top pick and get Michael Jordan or something. Like, that's just not realistic. I'm not going to be able to do that. But, maybe some like later first round guys or something, potentially. So I'll give you a quick like salary breakdown, even, get a little deeper into the roster here. World B. Freeze, our highest paid player at the moment. We only have, well, I shouldn't say only for this time. We have 626,000 in the salary cap currently. World B. Freeze making the most of that. Cliff is expiring this year, but we have bird rights on him. These guys' contracts, Jeff Cook, bird rights for. And then the rest of the players down here that are expiring, we do not have bird rights on. The free agency currently, free agents that are in this league, I mean, there's not anything that's really gonna help the team at the moment. There's not even really, like, yeah, obviously there's these bot guys or whatever, but there's not even like any great potential for any of these guys, to be honest. So there's nothing we're really chasing after at the moment. The only person that would maybe even be worth it is Mark here, especially because Cliff, maybe a little more natural at the 4, potentially being 6'9", and then the other centers, like, no one's really here long term, but that's not fully up to me. All right, and I'm not going to sim any games here yet. I'm not going to do anything. I want to see a little bit of input, maybe some feedback on what kind of direction I should go with this roster. And, Rome wasn't built. Rome wasn't built in a day. This is going to take multiple years, hopefully eventually getting some draft picks, some guys that, or maybe, it's free agency, some guys that we really like, that can really help us win basketball games because this roster is not it.